Here's one. It's a little off the beaten path in terms of a credit card, but stick with me. If you had the opportunity to purchase a lifetime ticket like Tom Stucker, the other example I know of really is I am now blanking on his name. Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban had bought a $150,000 lifetime pass on American Airlines. He's one of, I think, 15 people who still hold it. He can just go to first class whenever he wants. Where it would be proportionally expensive for you, hideously expensive, but not totally backbreaking. Would you buy it, and which airline would you buy it from? This coming from Dr. Crane. Lonnie, I'm going to go to you first because I think I know your answer and I think I know RJ's answer. I'll let Craig sit on this one for a minute. But Lonnie, what
I
airline
mean,
purchase would you?
everyone would say, I'm going to say United. But the thing is, a deal like that, I'm going to take it for whatever airline they offer it at. Excuse me. So if AA is doing it and United's not, then yeah, I'll take it with AA. Delta's doing it and AA and United are not, then I'll take Delta because no matter what, I'm in it for the deal. And that's a good deal. I am not like married to United. It's convenient. And I grew up in their backyard. So it's ridiculously convenient. And that's how I started earning my status with United. And you don't want to just throw that away when they how well they treat their loyalists. But I do all of that so I can get to the front of the plane for less. So if I could just buy it and always be in the front of the plane and Delta did that, heck yeah, I'll buy it on Delta. And guess what? I'm flying on Delta. I'll see you guys over there. The only thing would be how much is it going to cost? Now, there is a price to it, and I would definitely say there is a give and a take. If the cost is too high and you're not going to actually be able to take advantage of it, I would say at least once a year for the rest of your life, let it go. Let it go. But for me, as many flights as I get on, yeah, I'm gonna milk that. I'm gonna milk it dry. And I can't believe someone like Mark Cuban, this multi-billionaire dude, is actually no, I'm not because he is like the king of saving, and I've actually taken a couple of his saving and budgeting tips. No, actually, I totally see why he did that because it's about saving that money. Especially, you can only imagine how many flights he takes. But yeah, I'll take it for whatever airline's offering it. If all three are offering it, I'm taking it United first. That'll be my first pick.
He did it in the early 90s. I don't remember what the actual position was because it's before he sold his .com, but he was able to snag it for like 150K at the time, which is insane. Now, I would say that I'm sure there's a proviso if it's Spirit Airlines big seat up front for life. I don't know if you're going to grab that one.
No, I would not. I would
Okay.
not grab that one. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. It would have to be one of the major big three, of
One of the
course.
big three. It's got to be a
Has to
big three.
has to be one of the big three. But even if it was offered today for 150K, like United did that, I would do it.
Yeah.
I will buy that.
Oh, 150K, that's a steal.
Yeah, that's for life. That's a ridiculously great deal, especially like you said, if he did this in the 90s. Oh yeah, you got more than your money back at this point.
Oh, yeah. RJ, I'm sure that if Delta did this, you're signing up yesterday, but let's keep pulling that thread a little bit.
So yeah, if there was any way for me to do it, that is the key, right? Because unlike some other people, I don't own a house, so I can't like refinance my house to have the money to go do this. So I'm in the position where I don't have $150,000. I can just go throw out an airline ticket, even an amazing offer like this, right? So it, if I could financially do it, I would do it. Do I think I'm going to be in a position where the price is going to be something that I could beg, borrow, and steal to do? Probably not. That's the caveat of not owning a house puts me at a disadvantage in terms of the financial piece of it. Taking all of that out for a moment, I would do it for Delta. I would do it for United. I would even do it for JetBlue because I can get to a lot of places for JetBlue. Even if I have to take a layover, I can still get to where I need to go with JetBlue. Would not do it with Southwest, would not do it with Frontier or Spirit or any of those. Sun Country, not particularly my jam. But American, do I have to? No offense to American, but and then something like Alaska, like I'm on the wrong coast for that, right? Like I'm in the wrong part of the state and on the wrong coast for that. So that one just wouldn't do me any good. But yeah, if Delta did it and I could afford it some magic way, then yeah, I would do it. Because here's the thing, if I had this pass, right, and I wanted a fresh bagel, I'd go to my airport, get on plane, go get fresh bagel, turn around, come back same day, have fresh bagel. If I had this, you best believe anytime I wanted a really good Reuben, my butt would be in New York City. If I wanted pizza, New York City. If I wanted barbecue, not New York City. No offense to New York City barbecue, but I have had good Southern barbecue and it is very different. I would be there, right? If I wanted a casserole, I would go to Chicago. There are ways for me to use and abuse this in a way that like I have done flights where I fly somewhere, have to do a thing and then get on a plane and fly back. I am not opposed to doing that. So if I have this pass and it is unlimited flights, the TSA agents at my local airport are going to know me real well because I will be there. They will know me. I'll bring them donuts. Like we'll have a very good working relationship if I had this pass. So it's a small airport. They would know me real quick. Yeah, no, I would absolutely. Like Delta would be a no-brainer. And again, they said that it would be expensive, but not totally backbreaking. So I'm assuming that I would be able to afford it in this situation without having a house to refinance. Yay.
So, fun fact, I have been sitting here this entire time looking at international locations and all the flights that you can take on United and American. I'll be the first to admit, American does not have the best hard product. Let's just be realistic about that. The flagship lounges, they're not bad. I've been into the one in Philly because with your American milestones, you can get opportunities to go into different ones. They're still not as good as Polaris lounges. I've not been in a Delta One lounge, but I have to assume they aren't as good as that. But for me, the opportunity to travel to various places, even with United, very similar footprint, but inter-country doesn't have the same outline. So for me, it's going to be American, which I hate to say that, but just for me, if I have the ability to travel any and everywhere, I want to go as many places as I possibly can. And American right now has the most locations that I want to go to and want to visit. Granted, if we're talking about going to the Eastern Asia or Indo-Pacific or Europe, you can get there anywhere. I'm talking about those weird, not weird, those really niche locations that like when somebody asks, "Oh, where'd you go?" I went to Mongolia to go see this one random nomadic tribe and have tea served to me out of a camel's bladder. I want to go do that. RJ is looking at me like this sounds absolutely terrible. Lonnie is also
Also big on throat singing in Ulaanbaatar.
there. We go, Matt. But yeah, I want to go and just experience random cultures that I know that I won't have an opportunity to do that now. I'm also the person that wants to go for whatever reason and track through the Arctic Circle to say that I've been to every national park. So I'm weird. I want to go to the touristy spots, but I also want to go off the beaten path. And unfortunately, or fortunately, American is going to take me and drop me off in the middle of nowhere. Now, that might be on a CRJ 170, but who knows?
That's
You know, here's the thing. I think that if you want to travel to those locations, you should take some pictures and I'll look at them when you get back. Win-win.
There we go. Boom.
United actually is the U.S. airline that has the most international destinations.
So
True
I was
fact.
looking at it. They have the most international destinations, but once you get inter-country, like it's oh yeah, I have one location here, but like for example, going into China,
Yep.
yeah, you might not fly directly into Mongolia, but flying into China here is a quicker flight to the actual populated portion of the country that I need to be in. So that was what I was thinking
Yep.
about. But to your point, yeah, 100% get that.
Almost everywhere except for Japan, because they go to the two big Japanese airports. But everything else is once you get there, you better know how to get around locally.
So
But they'll
this
get you
actually
there.
brings up another question. Can we use that inter-alliance? Because if you can use it for one world, that's great. If you can use it for other star alliance too, again, that takes care of all the problems you have. Delta, not so much.
That is a great question, Craig. Yes, you can actually, and there's two ways that you can do it. So you can book it all directly through United as one itinerary, or if you're already outside of the country, we're splitting again because now there's other two ways you can do it. You can actually do it directly through the Star Alliance website from any country, and so that would actually help you go through country to country based off of the alliance, or directly from United's website, you just change the country code from like US to whatever country you're in. And also, travel hack alert, sometimes if you change it from, even though I'm sitting in the US, you change it to say that you're in Canada, you'll find a better deal
And I think
for the
that's the
exact
other
same
big
flight.
limiting. That is the other huge limiting factor. One World is so just discombobulated with the different currencies that they have, and Avios is an Avios, but like also Avios and American do not talk to each other. So that is not helpful.
And
That's
they
the
just
thing I
added
like.
their 16th member. Oh, sorry.
That's the thing I love about Star Alliance. Star Alliance, they all talk to each other. You can actually go to any Star Alliance partner and book almost any other Star Alliance flight through that partner. So I can be on Lufthansa's website and still find ANA and United on there. Obviously I use United's websites the most, so I use that for Lufthansa flights all the time when I'm in actual Europe, even if it's just a one way from like UK to Germany. Let's just say that.
Right.
I'm still sitting here in the US. I'll go to United's website and they'll still show me those flights, and I can book it through United and, of course, still earn United miles as my reward, even though I'm not flying on United. Or, like I said, you can always just go directly through the Star Alliance website, which is always makes everything super easy.
Nice. Now that some lifestyle things have changed, I actually am really considering, do I need to get rid of that United Club card? So we shall see.
There you go. Now, rationally, I would pick one of the US based airlines. JetBlue would make a fair amount of sense for me. Hope that JetBlue just gets purchased by United at some point in the near future. United would also make a certain amount of sense for me. I would probably go with United, assuming that it is a very big number, but manageable. Now, let's say I just happen to knock off a bank or three. If I do, Emirates. And I'm buying a lifetime first class pass on Emirates. If I can make that happen.
You can't afford a lifetime pass on Emirates.
That's why I'm stealing from three banks.
Even hypothetically, you can't afford it.
Let me live my dream.
Yeah, your imagination can't hold that much money.
What is the GDP
Matt
of Dubai?
Bezos, you are not.
That's fine. I'll just say they have nuclear weapons. We'll get it sorted.
Damn.
Anyway, a little bit out of pocket there. No, I would love to be able to afford Emirates first class for more than once ever in my life. So yeah, no, I'm gonna have to steal from many banks. You know what? Just one. UBS. Just one. I'm gonna have to go to Zurich or Bern. Ooh, I'm gonna fly Swiss Air there on United.
The Zurich tax, the Swiss tax.
I'll worry about the Swiss tax when I steal their gold.
Swiss
anyway,
tax.
there's a hit squad going to Matt's house right now.
Matt went from Matt Bezos to Matt Leprechaun real quick in that story.
We all just left him hanging too. We're like, I'm not touching this. Matt's on his own.
It's fine. I'll find the gilded room. Anyway,